Welcome to the Mark Gomez podcast. On today's episode, we have a special guest straight from NBC's The Voice, Jordan Rayner, coming on. I'm very excited because I'm a big fan of country, and if you're watching this, I'm sure you are too. So I'm excited to see what she has to say about what's going on right now. And we also have, who else do we have coming on? You want to tell them?
Tanner Massey's coming on next week. He's also from The Voice. So if you're a fan of The Voice, you want to make sure to subscribe. We actually have people from The Voice on pretty often from
We
previous.
do.
We've had Preston C. Howell. We've had Kate Kalvak, a bunch of different people. More than that, I just can't think of everybody we've had on.
Yeah, we've had a lot of guests. So subscribe. We have super cool guests coming on all the time, and I'm sure you guys will find it very interesting. So just go click.
And we wore all black for the special occasion.
Yeah, like this is a special occasion, bro.
At first, felt like we were going to a funeral, but now it feels right. So in your audition, you talked about being how you chose Fancy because it's a song about a strong woman written by a strong woman.
Sure. Well, that song, Fancy, the story of the song is about a woman who's at the end of her rope and she has to turn out her youngest daughter to go sell her body in order to keep the baby from starving to death. There's a lyric in that song that says, "Your pa's run off and I'm real sick and the baby's going to starve to death." And back in the early days, that was something that people resorted to. And of course, it's something that people resort to today, but desperate times, and women have always had to do hard things and make hard decisions to survive. That's just kind of built into our DNA, is that we have kind of a tough road to walk. And I'm no exception to that. I'm a woman who's been through a divorce. I've been through an abusive relationship. I've been through some really tough things that have definitely caused me to have to go talk to people and seek out help and overcome and be emotionally and mentally very strong. And so I really resonate with Fancy, and I hope to, anytime I sing a song like that, to just demonstrate to women, you're not alone. If you're out there doing a tough thing, you're not alone.
Yeah. And so we wore black.
We actually wore this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so proud.
When did you kind of pick up your style with the sunglasses and the all black? And you told Gwen like you're wearing all the pink that you own.
Yeah, there was no pink.
Well, I've always been a little bit of a tomboy. I've never been the kind to play with Barbies or to be a super girly girl. I got me a feminine side, of course, but I've just always kind of leaned into that tomboy side of me. And as far as the shades go, I've been wearing those for the last 8 years because they bother my mother. There's no other reason than my mama don't like it, and I like to bug my mama. And as for wearing black, that's developed over the last several years as well. And it just I come from a background of very low self-esteem. Like I said, I had somebody in my life who was very manipulative in my life and very abusive. And so I had very rock bottom self-esteem. And as I was growing out of that cycle, that mental cycle of self-doubt, self-hate, and I was beginning to put my self-esteem back together. And I found that wearing black and dressing in a way that made me feel empowered was a great way to retrain my mind, to walk with my shoulders rolled back, to walk with my chin up. And it's amazing if you can change your clothes and you can change your posture and the way you carry yourself. Your mind follows suit and it goes, "Oh, we're confident. Okay." So that's just my way of staying in the presence of the woman that I want to be.
Wow.
Yeah,
that was good. That was really good.
Yeah. Mark was saying before we started, we really love your accent.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you.
It's very
I come
strong.
from the same town as Reba. That's why I talk the same kind of funny she does.
You guys are perfect together.
What's
Mark's
that?
From Texas,
I said you guys are perfect together.
Oh, man, I tell you, we're a pretty good team, me and her. And I'm sure hoping that we win this thing.
Oh, yeah, I believe in you guys.
Yeah, Mark's from Texas, but he doesn't have the accent though.
No, you really don't. You really
I know.
don't.
I guess it never got passed down, or I don't know.
Well, it's okay. I like your accent too.
Thank you.
So one of the things you do that's hilarious, you talk about like your ex-husband.
There's a lot to talk about there.
Do you still talk to him? Like, I was wondering how he feels about being mentioned every now and then.
You know, I couldn't tell you. My sister-in-laws and I were very close, and every once in a while I do hear from my ex-sister-in-laws, and I think that's really sweet, but I've not heard a peep from him, and I don't expect that I will.
That ended kind of badly, I guess.
It just, anytime you're married for as long as we were married almost 10 years, and whenever you're divorced and you have a relationship end, he moved on really quickly, and he was remarried very quickly, and so he's got a life that he's living, and I figure he don't want me to be any part of it, and that's okay. I got my weenie dogs, I got my friends, got my family, and we're all good.
Yeah, and you're doing your thing, so.
That's right. I'm doing my thing. I ain't got time for the past.
Exactly. Gotta focus on the
voice. He sees you on The Voice now. He's probably regretting it. So.
Oh man, I don't know. It'd be fun. It'd be fun if he was watching. I hope he's watching and at least can be a little proud of me.
That's sweet. That's sweet.
I was just on a FaceTime call with my wiener dog before I got on here.
What's his name?
Scooter. Scooter the weenie dog, and I just got a brand new baby weenie dog named Tater.
Scooter and Tater. Okay.
Scooter and Tater. That's right.
Is it named after Reba's taters?
It is. He is named after Reba.
What gets you excited creatively, and how do you get to express yourself on The Voice too?
Well, this TV show is really as far out of my element as I've ever been. I am a studio rat. I love to be in the recording studio with a guitar in my hands, with a bass guitar in my hands, and creating in a safe, quiet, dark little bubble. And this is the exact opposite of a dark, safe, quiet little bubble. So it's been a huge learning curve. You talk about getting thrown onto the job and learning on the job. I've never been a TV star before. I've never been a voice contestant before. And so you're trying to perform at the top of your game in front of 4 of the biggest superstars in the world, in front of a live studio audience, in front of millions of people behind a camera. There's just so much to absorb mentally, all while you're trying to remember choreography, remember your chords that you're playing, and try not to forget lyrics. It is insanely hard, and it's been a huge challenge, and it's been a growth process for sure.
Yeah. So you were successful, well before The Voice. I've been looking at some of your stuff, and you have a single out and a music video for it called Straight Shot about 6 months ago. Badass music video.
Thank you so much. Well, fun fact about that music video, I don't know if you know the story behind it, but we had originally a budget set out to do a full music video, and that budget fell out from under us, and we suddenly had $0 to do a music video. So I called my mama and I said, Mom, have you ever shot a music video? And she said, no. And I said, well, you're about to. I kid you not. I put an iPhone 13 in my mom's hands, and we went out there and we shot that with volunteers on an iPhone. And I edited it.
It came out great though.
Thank you. I mean, I'm so proud of it. Could it, it doesn't hold a candle, obviously, to a $3 million video. I mean, there's great pieces of art out there, but for the resources we had, and we made the best memories. And not to mention, we had a tornado that evening. Like after we finished shooting, a tornado came and touched down, and we filmed it and watched it roll by. It was a crazy day.
Wow, there's a lot that went behind. Like
there was a lot that went behind it.
So we always plug our guest social media, so I wanted to go ahead and do that kind of.
Hey, there it is.
Y'all go give her a follow.
Yes, be sure to give me a follow. And my website is jordanrainerofficial.com. And anybody that is a fan of mine and wants the star treatment as one of my fans, you've got to go to my website. You've got to sign up for my fan club. That's where you get all the behind the scenes access. You get Zoom calls with me once a month. You get social media shout outs and unreleased songs that you'll never hear anywhere, and the stories behind them. It's a blast. JordanRainerOfficial.com.
Wow.
Wow, I did not know that.
I'm gonna go check that out.
You better.
We'll put all that in the bio too. In NBC it streams on Peacock, and
That's right.
The Voice. It comes on
Yes.
NBC and streams on Peacock 8 p.m. And then after that, this Monday, the 11th, is the vote. So we want to make sure that you download the app, go to NBC.com, and send your vote out there. So yeah, how has life changed since you've been on The Voice?
It's turned it upside down. I'll tell you, before this show, I was playing honky tonks for $125 a day. And now I'll just tell you this, I got a tour lined up for 2024, and it's a lot more than $125 a day. So the money's gotten better. The size of the crowds that I'm playing for are substantially bigger now, which is crazy. I did a show in my hometown a few weeks before I flew back out here for The Voice, and we drew 1,200 people at a back lot just on a whim. Super cool. And not to mention, I'm getting to meet so many folks just on the street that recognize me from the show, and we stop and take pictures. It's just crazy because anybody that picks up a guitar as a teenager, you start strumming those first chords, you envision yourself someday being famous, quote unquote, and people knowing your songs and knowing your name. But to suddenly be in a situation where you're living that and people do stop you on the street, it's freaky and it's crazy and it's a lot of fun.
That's like your dream really did come true.
It did.
Crazy.
There's been a lot of dreams that have come true because of my presence on this show, including I just got accepted as a member of the ACMs, of the Academy of Country Music. So it's a huge honor, and I'm super proud of that.
Wow, congrats to that.
Thank you so much.
Wow. What is something that surprised you about being on the show, something you didn't expect?
Something that I didn't expect was how close all the contestants would become. I expected it to be pretty cutthroat. I expected it to be really competitive, but I'll tell you, the environment in this hotel, I'm in a hotel in Los Angeles right now, and that's where all the contestants stay.
Oh,
We're family, and we pass each other in the hall and we hug each other. And if one of us is having a bad day, we'll all go to their room and bring chocolate and bring cheesecake and just be like, you're okay. That's something that surprised me, and I'm really thankful for that environment.
Wow.
Yeah, because they always are like, oh, so-and-so is my best friend. And you think, well, they can't possibly be.
Right?
No,
like y'all are supposed to be competing like for the spot, but
we are competing, and we know that. But we've also, at least with the top 9, especially now that we've gotten so close to the finish line and there's so few of us, I mean, we really are kind of like survivors of a shipwreck that are all huddled onto the same life raft. And we're like, hey, there's power in numbers, and we're just got to stick together. And, it really has bonded us.
What would a win on The Voice mean to you?
It would mean, it's hard to put into words, because I'll tell you this. I was not a born singer. I didn't expect to be a singer in my life. I expected to be a guitar player, an instrumentalist, because I had a birth defect that affected my vocal cords. And most of my life, I had a 1-octave range, and singing and talking was painful for me. It was difficult for me. And just in the last 5 or 6 years, I've gotten diagnosed and started doing vocal therapy and realized that I could really sing. And so to have overcome that much, to have done so much work to be able to sing, to now being this close to winning a competition called The Voice, it's a miracle, and it's amazing.
That's a blessing.
Yeah,
wow.
It's crazy.
Do you have any questions, Mark?
Yes, I do. So, when's some new music coming out? Like I'm actually a big fan of country. And so,
are you?
Yeah, I am. I really am.
Well, listen,
so.
I'm always working on new music. I'm always writing, and for anybody that would like to listen to music that I have out currently, I just dropped an EP right before I went on The Voice. It's called Revolver, and it's available on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, anywhere that music is streamed. I do have quite a bit of content already out. And of course, as we're getting ready to go into the finals on The Voice, if I win this thing, I'm going to wind up with a record deal with Universal, and we're going to be putting new music out in the new year. So no matter what happens in the new year, you're going to be getting tons of new music from me, and you better believe it's going to be the best I've ever made.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited.
It's going to be a good time.
Excited too.
The future is bright, and the music is going to be slamming.
Yeah.
So I have a funny question. Because I'm pretty sure you had Reba in mind the entire time. So what if she got blocked or she didn't turn around? Like, who out of the other three would you have chose?
So I did not have a predetermined backup plan. Niall is gorgeous, and I love his accent, and I would have loved to be on his team for selfish reasons. You want to know who surprised me? Was Gwen. I didn't know much about Gwen. I knew that she was, a pop icon, and she seems like one of those people that's so untouchable. She's a really, really big star, and I kind of expected her to be detached and to be kind of, kind of up on a high horse. She is one of the most funny, down-to-earth, kind people, and I think I probably would have gone with her if I hadn't gone with Reba.
Wow.
I almost thought you were going to pick Niall.
Again, for selfish reasons, including that he's a crush of mine, I would have loved it, but just to be besties with Gwen, I think would have been really fun.
Tell us about your relationship with Reba. We see a little bit, they kind of clip it up a little bit. Like, tell us about things you've learned from her and just how you feel about her in general.
Yeah. I didn't know what to expect on the show either, if they were going to keep her sequestered and we'd never get to see her, or if the coaches really were involved. And Reba has been really involved, and I talked to her every couple of days, and I've been able to talk to her about things that really were never aired on the show. I mean, I had a really bad bout of stage fright this past Monday during my Ronnie Millsap performance, and it really shook me. And so I reached out to Reba and I said, hey, here's kind of what happened Monday. I've never experienced stage fright this bad before. Do you have any advice? What do you do to deal with it? And she had a long conversation with me about stage fright and helping me realize I'm not alone, and there's lots of artists who deal with it. So she is Mama Bear around here. She is sweet. She's funny. She cares. She really, really cares and pays attention to the little things. And that's been really cool.
Yeah. Who is your best friend there? You mentioned that you make a bunch of friends there. Like, who's the best friend?
So Team Gwen had a girl named Kristen Brown, and she made it all the way to the playoffs. And she has become one of my absolute best friends in the world. We still talk every day. And it blows my mind to think that 6 months ago, I didn't even know she was on the planet, because we are soul sisters.
Wow. So you guys clicked just like that?
We really did. I mean, I feel like our souls must have known each other in another life, because as soon as we met, we were just instantly connected.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. And again, we want to make sure that everybody watches The Voice on Monday, 8 p.m. Right after that, they'll have the vote. You want to go on NBC.com. You want to go on the app. You get one vote. Last time you got like 10, and you got to do a bunch of different stuff.
There are ways to finagle. If you happen to have multiple email addresses, I can't confirm or deny or encourage you to do so, but there are ways to get creative.
That's funny.
I'm going to go cast my vote for you, Jordan.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I mean, if your dog has an email address, if your
my dog's over here been making noise this whole time. I've been trying to pet him so he can stay quiet.
Oh. Well, I love it. Thank you, gentlemen. You've been an absolute blast. Thank you so much for your support and for having me on here. And yes, y'all, if you're in earshot of this podcast, Monday night, I'm going to be live on The Voice. You got to stick around to the end of the show and vote. Get me to this top 5, y'all. I want to win this thing.
Yeah, we believe in you, Jordan.
Thank you so much.
Bro, look, the dog was literally like, can you hear his paws stepping the whole time? Like, or no?
No, I didn't ever hear it. I mean, now I hear it, but.
Good. His paws were stepping, and I was like, yo, she's talking, and you just hear little paw prints, like, I was like, yo.
I have a weird question.
Yeah.
Do you get your eyebrows done?
No. Why? Does it look like it?
Yeah, it does.
No.
Totally does. It looks like you do them like them professionally done. That's what I was wondering.
I don't be getting them done.
Huh. Weird.
I do have a little like shaver though, and then whenever I shave my mustache, cause like obviously I gotta like shape it up, cause if not it will like look super thick. Like it's thick already, but imagine if I didn't shape it up, it'll be thick, bro. Like it'll be thick.
Maybe that's what it is, because it just looks super shaped. Like
Yeah,
it looks
I'm shaping it though. Like I shape them.
It looks
too,
like you would want it to look, you know.
Yeah, it looks like I would get hair right there. I'll get hair under. I'll get hair on top. Like I'm a man, you know what I'm saying? Like I gotta grow hair.
I would get too nervous to like be messing.
Nah, I just get used to it, bro. It's quick. Like at first, I was so bad at it. Like I would tell my sister, like, "I mean, can you do it for me?" Like, you know, she's a girl. She's better at doing that. It's like stuff they're better at. But then I just got used to it, and now it's easy. I just do it quick. And you notice too, cause like you're like, yeah, that hair shouldn't be there, so I'm gonna just cut that. Cause it's your hair, so you're just like, yeah, let me cut that. It's better too to look cleaner than, I don't know, it makes you feel better.
You know, I have big bushy ones, but
nah, they don't look bad, bro. They don't. But you know what Lucky Laconia is like a slit. That looks sick.
I don't need that. You can pull that off. I can pull it off. I wanted to cut my hair before we started this because I look like 20 years older with my hair growing out like this. I try to keep it short when we do these, but tomorrow I'm gonna get one tomorrow or Monday before we do the one with Tanner.
You're gonna get a haircut? Hey.
Yeah, because I can't have two people with like really cool hair and then mine looking like this. So
this man. Yeah, Tanner's hair looks sick. I saw that.
I'll send you videos of Tanner too, so you can see his stuff.
Yeah, it was perfect. Yo, wait, so that music video that y'all were talking about, I didn't want to say the wrong music video, but it was the one you sent me, right? The country one?
Yeah, like a few minutes ago.
Yeah, I saw that. It was like
the last thing I sent to you. It's like at a saloon and stuff.
I saw whenever like that guy, he like shoots a shotgun up in the air and then like
like all this like cowboy stuff.
Yeah, cowboy stuff. Yeah, and then like electric guitar.
Put that on the iPhone.
I wanted to say something, but I was like, bro, I don't want it to be the wrong freaking. I was like, I wanted to mention this one part, but
What's that?
Huh?
What's that?
That's the dog. See, I was
hoping the toy.
He's playing with a toy. I was like hoping that he didn't squeak a toy like, while this went on, because I would either have to mute it and then walk away, but like you guys have been like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's funny.
Yeah, so it went out good. It went out perfect.
It probably would have cracked her up. She wouldn't have cared.
Yeah, she had good vibes, bro. I actually messed with her. She's cool.
Yeah, she was nice.
Really nice. Really nice.
Very professional and nice.
Yeah. Hey, buddy. I think we're about to go to Chicago right now.
Right now?
Yeah, like right now. Like right before I started this podcast, Luigi came down. He's like, bro, you down to go to Chicago? It's like a two-hour drive. I was like, bro, you know I'm down for whatever, but I'm about to see if we're still going. I don't know if their minds change.
Here. You can just come here.
Yeah, I don't know if their minds change in 30 minutes. Yo, Luigi. I knew that was you. Did your mind change or what? I knew it.